All right, welcome to a primer on the new discussion boards in Blackboard. Now, some of you are probably not pleased with the new discussion boards, and I understand. It took me a lot of fiddling around to get used to it. I mean, oh, by the way, this is Dr. Signato. And I could tell you that we've been using, myself, Dr. K, and some of the other professors have been using the old interface for a better part of 10 years, so unexpected surprise. But once you get used to it, it's pretty cool, I think. But it does have its pros and cons. So let me get into it. Much of it, many of the same options you had available to you before are still here. So I'm in 701, the org and criminology theory class. So I clicked on discussion board, and here's all the discussion boards. Here's the descriptions. Here's how many unread posts, the total posts. You know, same stuff as you're accustomed to. The real sort of problems are when you get inside. So what I did was I made some of the posts as if I haven't read them, so you can see how this thing works. So in this group, there's me. There's a picture that I've put up as my avatar, which we're not going to get into right now, but you can do on your own. And it's not really a picture of me. It's just a picture that I'm probably going to have to change. But anyway. So according to this, there's 7 unread posts. Now, I don't know how you do it. I very rarely actually click on this just to give me my unread post, because a lot of times students are responding to something else, something I said, something another student said, and I want to see the context. So I want to see the current unread post next to the one it's responding to. Now, as far as that goes, this new discussion board format is, I think, better. But it takes some getting used to. Anyway, all right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to go in here. I clicked on the thread for Group A, and this is cool. Here's the original question, and all of the posts within this thread are by default open, so you don't have to click another layer down to see what somebody has to say. So here's one student. She responded to my post, and then I responded to her. Well, that's cool. I can see everything. Now, what's the drawback of this? Well, check it out. Let's see. Let's scroll down. There's another student. Okay, so did you see that? You probably didn't see that. See this thing right here? This was green or blue, whatever. So watch the arrow in the lower left-hand corner. See how there's nothing marked. See how this student who has a professional-looking picture. You should put your picture up there, and don't make it stupid like mine. Anyway, but I digress. This means I haven't read this post. Now watch what happens if I just scroll a little bit further, a little further. Oh, okay. Usually, maybe it's because I just clicked on it. Usually, it once you get to about here, it'll automatically poof disappear, and it will assume I've read it. So let's scroll down a little bit more. Just watch where the arrow. Watch this little area where my arrow is. Let's see. Let's find one I haven't read. Oh. We're scrolling. We'll find it eventually. Man, there's a lot of discussion going on this discussion board, huh? Good times. Good. Oh, here we go. Watch. See, boom! Did you see that? It disappeared. That's right. So, that could be a little annoying. Another annoying thing is, watch. Let's suppose I reply to this. And I'll talk about these features here in a few minutes. Blah, 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 meow, 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 whatever, like a cat. Okay, and submit. All right, so now that's there, right? Now, sometimes when I want to scroll back up, oh, I didn't do it that time. Sometimes the damn thing jumps around a little bit and doesn't, sometimes, like, if I try to scroll up, it won't scroll up. It'll keep scrolling up and then pop me back down to what I just posted, which is super duper annoying. So in that case, I have to go here. I'm going to move this. See this, the actual thingy here? I actually have to go and click on that and mess around with it in order for it to start functioning properly. So that is super annoying. So how do we get around that? Well, let's go back out to discussion board. Let's find, oh, here. Let's go back here. All right, so I'm going to come back here to this one, this other thread in this discussion board. So I'm going to collapse all. Bam. Now what that does is it automatically, it sort of has the same or similar structure as you're accustomed to in the old discussion board format. So you can scroll down, you can see who's responding to who. It'll be this bluish turquoise color if it's unread. Very nice. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to see who's responded to who before I actually start responding. So now I can go into, watch, this is cool. I could say, okay, I posted here, Steph, blah, 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 okay, and then Edgar responded to me according to this. See how this is offset? So now I can expand his, and it'll show that I've read it, which is reasonable because I just opened it up. All the points I have clarifying are true. Well, thank you very much. Anyway, and now I can respond to Edgar. And everything is all in context, which is really, really cool because I can just scroll up and down. I can see, okay, this is what I said to this student. This is what this student responded to me. And then I can respond to him. Meow. Like a cat. Whatever. I'm just being silly. Okay. Pretty cool, right? Now, what's the downside of all this? It's a memory hog. Having all this crap open, like, takes a lot of memory from the computer, so you can't have a lot of other stuff open unless you have like a, you know, a cougar of a machine like mine is. Quite the cougar. Anyway, so all right, let's talk about a few other things. Suppose, let's find one. I'm fond of copying and pasting the things that people say so I can, you know, respond to it directly. So, and I'm on a Mac, by the way, so this might work better on a PC, you never know. But here's one of the things I discovered that was really annoying to me, and I'll give you a workaround. So, let's suppose I wanted to copy and paste this statement that Jennifer made to Nikita. So, copy, and let's respond, and I want to, oh, it pasted. Damn, it worked. All right. Some of you might have had the problem I've had on my laptop, which apparently isn't a problem here on the desktop. On my laptop, it wouldn't paste. I literally had to go into Word or some other application, paste it in there, and then copy and paste it back into into the discussion board. Don't know why that is, but damn, is it annoying. Okay, let's talk about some formatting issues. Now, by default, I believe, when you first do a reply or put a new thread in, it looks like this. And we have some neat new features here. We have this thing here, which allows you to, if you click on it, it'll show you what it looks like. Which you might say, well, why do I need to know that? Because what if you did some formatting stuff and what have you? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Full screen? Yeah, it's full screen. That's annoying. Let's get rid of that. Now, let's suppose we want to do a bunch of formatting stuff. Well, here's all of our options. It's very similar to what you had before, only now it's in gray and black as opposed to colors. Most of the stuff you just have to fiddle with to sort of get used to. So if I want to change the color of the text, I can go here. Yay. Now it's orange. Actually, I'm not a big Tennessee fan, so I don't like that. There we go. All right. So, you know, you can make it bold. I don't know where bold is. There it is. Bold or italics. You know, you can mess around with this stuff and have some fun. Okay, a couple things that you might find interesting. Suppose you wanted to add a picture. So, I like to add pictures. I do it all the time. For those of you who have my classes with me, you know I add videos and pictures constantly. So, here we go. Let's suppose I have it from a... Let's suppose I want to add a picture of, I don't know, Detroit, because Detroit's a mess. So, here we go. That's cool. Detroit files for bankruptcy. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting the original URL, copying and pasting it, and I bring it here, put it in there, and hang on, wait for it. See there's an insert button right there? I click that. And then, okay, it asked me some warning of some kind that I ignored. And then, boom, there it is. Oh, it's all messy. Yeah, well, that's where you can do the preview. Check this out. Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool. I'm just going to click on it and delete it. Suppose I wanted to add a picture that I have locally. Well, I mean, come on. At this point, I'm assuming you know how to, attach something. So, like, browse your computer or what have you. So, I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need to worry about that. Okay. Here's another thing you can do. You can do what's called a mashup. My favorite, YouTube's. So let's suppose a student, sometimes I put videos up, sometimes it'd be silly, sometimes it'd be serious. Let's see, since we're talking about Detroit, did I spell that wrong? I don't know. Bankrupt. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright, so let's suppose I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, this is the truth about their, I'm going to select it, and then I have to hit submit again, and then, bam, there it is. Damn it, hold on. There it is. Now, what if you want to, so I submit it, here I'm submitting it, and there it is. Isn't that pretty cool? So now you can add cool videos to your posts. I think it's cool. Alright, most of you can't edit yours, but I can. Usually I turn off the edit function because I do it for a reason, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's go down to this edit thing down here. I think this is for a link. No, that's an attachment. Suppose you want to insert a file, click on that. Okay, the feature at that point becomes the same as it always has been. What I'm trying to find is the link. So if you want to put a URL in there. I have no idea. Let's see what this does. That's probably a video. Insert. Yeah, that's embedding media. Damn. Yep. Don't know what to tell you about that one. Also I cannot seem to find the damn spell check, and I've had a number of students say, "Where's the spell check?" I say, "I don't know." I don't know myself, and I wish I did. So I guess if you want to put a link in there, you just have to here, put a link in. But I really wish that it was obvious of how you could turn that into a clickable link as opposed to something that your other students are going to have to copy and paste. But, oh well, there it is. Let's see. I don't know if there's any other obvious things. So those are the big ones I got. So there you go. Have a good one.